You, Wayne, and Baby are all from the same hood.
Yep.
MOB Piru, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Ask WACK 100. You know what I'm saying? Ask D how city got down.
I remember him from back in that time. Yeah, back then, this had to be probably 2010. He wasn't from MOB.
How did you get involved with being a Piru?
This is the $1 million question.
I told you I was going on Greyhounds. And the first place I went to on my first Greyhound trip at 13 years old was Los Angeles. I met a man named Green Eyes. He introduced me to the Pirus.
Let's think about this. A 13-year-old got on a Greyhound, went from New Orleans, Louisiana to Los Angeles, hopped off the Greyhound with no destination, nowhere to go, and ran into somebody from BOMPTON. And that member took this 13-year-old to the east side of Compton and introduced him to the Pirus. Now, it sounds fishy just on the surface without you knowing nothing. I used to listen to this nigga's music, so I know he tells a different story of how he became a Piru.
Yeah, I've been a Piru since the age 11.
Wait, no, what he said?
I'm on the paper trail with my red bandana. A Westside Piru. I speak with hella country grammar.
Wait a minute. Hold on. He said he got put on a mob at 13. At 23, he said he was Westside since 11. What? Whatever the fuck going on, I'm gonna tell you like this. The math, that shit's not math. Right? Is it Westside? Is it mob? So Mac 10 brought the Bloods to New Orleans in 2001, but you were already a Blood buku years before Mac 10 brought the Bloods to New Orleans, because you got put on when you was 13, but you were 13 in 2001. Does that make sense?
Niggas be false flagging, my niggas. Straight up. And I don't like that shit.
Didn't you say that there's not many Crips, or there's not any Crips in New Orleans?
Nah. There ain't no Crips here.
Shout out to all my Crip niggas. Yeah, that blue rag shit.
Man, y'all already know. I ain't about
HOOVER for life, man.
Yeah, ain't no Crips in New Orleans. What? Bloods was quiet.
I'm the only real thing banging this bitch.
It almost seemed like Chopper has tried to steal Jerker Man's story and change it to Piru. Chopper is guilty of identity theft of Jerker Man, who really went to LA when he was 12 and really got put on Father's Hoover. A man by the name of Chopper Young City, he was on Making the Band, the nigga from New Orleans. Let me know if y'all remember, cuz he was on Making the Band. He was my favorite one on Making the Band. For sure. You know, brother up out of New Orleans, of Haitian descent. You know, he was my favorite member on Making the Band for sure. I was a major fan, was watching that religiously. Okay, I didn't just get introduced to Dylan through a Dave Chappelle skit. I really was watching that, right? Now, I saw an interesting title on his recent interview with CAPONE News in light of the Diddy trial, you know, because of the current, you know, legal situation that Diddy is dealing with. She's, but now he said one no Diddy. Yeah, okay. With this situation that Diddy is presently dealing with, you know, a lot of people who are in the orbit of Diddy and Bad Boy publicly, you know, have been doing an interview run circuit, you know, running up a little bag, you know, going on these platforms because there is a renewed interest in Diddy, again, due to the trial, right? And there's a lot of numbers to be getting and money to be made off of Diddy content right now, right? Okay, cool. I think it was day 23 of the trial today, if I'm not mistaken, day 23. So, yeah, so I saw this title and I was a little bit interested, right? It says, Chopper on G checking a guy, false claiming Bloods. He said, I went to Compton and got put on MOB Piru. Right now, MOB Piru, MOB BOMPTON, is a very infamous, well-known Piru gang came to national and even international fame through, you know, Suge Knight, Death Row Records. You know, Pac was definitely covertly banging MOB Piru. That's why, nigga, we MOB for motherfucking real, nigga. This MOB, all that, you know, he was really referring to MOB BOMPTON. He was coding it by saying, oh, niggas, you know, money over bitches, you know, all the shit, all the stuff. But really, he was MOB BOMPTON. You know, shout out to my brother Ben Sings coming out of MOB BOMPTON and all that. But this was interesting to me. You know, they say that Wayne and Birdman, they from MOB BOMPTON, and of course, what's the nigga? It's the Takers. Block Boy, yeah, Block Boy, who had got killed doing all that trolling. He was from MOB BOMPTON. But I found this interesting that he said this because I followed Chopper's career, and there was a time where Chopper was really big on Twitter, and he had this little movement called MOE, and he was signed to Rostrum Records. And I'm gonna kind of delve further into that, but I remember him from back in that time. I remember listening to some of his music. I even remember having association with one of the members of MOE and a confrontation with a couple of the members from MOE who was running with him. And yeah, back then, this had to be probably 2010. He wasn't from MOB. So I was very interested in this video title, and as he began to talk, I noticed some very serious inconsistencies. So let's get into this.
Well, I'm gonna take it back a little bit, man. You know, you touched on being a Piru, which I don't think many people even really know that much about you, man.
Good.
But I seen a video, an old video, where it says you were G-checking a dude for false claiming to be a blood.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate on that?
Back in the G, bruh, I was active and I was doing stupid ass dumb nigga shit. And this is before I got shot, right? So I was pushing the line for what I represented and what I was taught. And what I was taught, you know, if you're not this, don't claim it. And if someone is claiming what they not, you check them. And you check them in the right way. You give them a DP. So I gave him a DP. You dig? And that's just exactly what it was. I gave him a disciplinary punch to his fucking face. And he got that. Fuck him. You dig? But now that I'm older, you know, I got shot, I re-educated myself. You know, I'm grown, bro. I don't care about colors. I care about money. You know, so I'm not, I care about money and God and my family. I don't care about that shit no more. So I can elaborate on something that is drama.
Now, this the thing, right? He said he don't care anymore, right? Now, if you don't care anymore, fabricating a story isn't consistent with not caring about gang affiliations anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's inconsistent. If I say, man, I don't care about gang affiliations anymore, but so then, like, why would you have to front then?
Tendencies, but the real truth of it is I'm not about that no more. So I can't sit up here and elaborate on something that I'm not about no more. At that time, he got checked. To this day, it's still fuck him. He shouldn't have been claiming what he wasn't. Period.
We're gonna look at that situation in a second.
How did you get involved with being a Piru?
This is the $1 million question. Well, okay, you from MOB Piru. How did you get involved with being a Piru?
I told you I was going on Greyhounds. And the first place I went to on my first Greyhound trip at 13 years old, playing the MAC Shell Shock CD, was Los Angeles. It took me probably about 30-something hours to get there. I went there. I tried to play my CD first. I met a man named Green Eyes. He introduced me to the Pirus.
So everybody, let's think about this. A 13-year-old got on a Greyhound, went from New Orleans, Louisiana to Los Angeles, hopped off the Greyhound with no destination, nowhere to go as a 13-year-old, was trying to have somebody listen to his CD and ran into somebody from MOB Piru, and that member took this 13-year-old to the east side of Compton and introduced him to the Pirus. Now, I just want everybody to think about that and think about the how logical that situation sounds. Let's just think about it for 1 second. Does that sound like a logical situation? Does that sound like a likely situation? I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying does that sound likely? 13-year-old. It almost make Green Eyes look funny, because why did you just pick a 13-year-old up and just take him to the park? That sounds fishy to me as a motherfucker. But here's why it sounded. Now, it sounds fishy just on the surface without you knowing nothing. I used to listen to this nigga's music, so I know he tells a different story of how he became a Piru. We gonna get to that in a second. So I have information that's like, well, no, that ain't what you used to say. That ain't what you used to say, my nigga. Right? Nah. Just that story by itself ain't making sense.
I got put on. I lived out there with him until I turned 14.
So he was 13, got on a Greyhound, went to LA, got adopted informally by a member of MOB Piru, who went got him put on and let him stay with him until he was 14. I understand that we all need the origin story, right? But, you know, God is the greatest movie director ever. So he's given us lives where we can tell the story about what God did in our lives, and it can still make for a good origin story without us inventing and fabricating tall tales of these proportions. You ain't had to go this far to make your origin story. Nigga, you from New Orleans. I'm sure you could have told some real deal stories that would have still gave you an ill origin story, because remember, God is the director of all of our lives. Let's keep going.
And then I realized I wanted to pursue my career. But in the mean between time, I've done things that I shouldn't have been doing. And it made me a certified out there. So every time I went out.
So he's a certified nigga in Compton, apparently.
I didn't have to go through.
All right, he said, I'm born and raised in San Diego from 1980s, Piru, Skyline, Meadowbrook, baby, and still had to get put on. Yeah, for sure. So this nigga apparently came. Now he gonna say he got put on. Don't get it twisted. He gonna say he got put on. He gonna say he got jumped in. But it's how he just wound up in the mobs. That's the part that's not making sense.
Checking in and all that. It's because I'm already certified. So the WACK 100s and all them people let you know that get Chopper Young City, yeah, he for real. Even the big U's, they all let you know that was here. He put in his work before a lot of out here that's not from around here did. I did what I needed to do, and didn't even recognize or realize I was doing it. So I'm certified from whatever I represented at that time.
Now, again, I'm not discrediting though. I want to say this. He might have been around niggas that did things. He probably from mob at this point. I'm not discrediting any of that. What I'm discrediting is the origin story. And I'm going to come with the receipts as to why. You know, things happen, especially sometimes niggas out of town. Might have been representing one thing up out of town, and it might not have been plugged in or been right. Then you come around California, you get plugged in with the right individuals, and then boom, that connection is made. And then, you know, okay, you might have turned this or turned that. You know what I mean? Like, even now, I can't say this of any. I'm saying this speculative. Individuals of Brick Squad, BSM specifically, I used to fuck with back in the day. I know that, as far as I know, WACK always was representing M. He was representing his squad too, but he was representing M. El Street Piru. You know, shout out to my nigga Taydon. You know, Taydon was down with them, and he introduced me to WACK's little brother who passed, KO Red, you know, the ginger one. You know, they was always in on Piru. But, you know, WACK really, you know, went to, and there's a vlog on this out on Blind Folks YouTube channel where he really go to BOMPTON. He really go to Piru Street, and he go to M. You know, he go to Point City. He go to Chopper Bitty. He do all that, right? And you know, after he got plugged in, it's like the other members of BSM that wasn't already, because you know you got some like YG Hootie, Ice Burgundy. You know, that's Inglewood and HP and Westside Piru, all that, but. Like the ones from New York, like what's my nigga, Who the Kid, Frenchie, like they turned Piru. Like I think that they was represent like some New York blood gangs before, and then them niggas turned M after, like, you know, WACK got plugged all the way in to California. Shit like that happened. I'm not even knocking no shit like that, but it's the revisionist history for me, that going retrospectively and trying to change history, right? Trying to put yourself on a Greyhound all by yourself at 13, wind up in LA, get informally adopted by a G nigga from the mob and getting put on the mob at 13, living in California till you were 14 and then venturing out. Nah, fool. Right? Nah.
That's just facts.
So now, you, Wayne, and Baby are all from the same hood.
Yep.
MOB Piru, right? That's crazy.
But I got put on differently.
So he's trying to discredit them by saying he went and actually got an initiation versus them, which that's possible. He might have really got put on MOB Piru.
So I can never discredit Baby, because Baby from my hood. But I'm just going to say, I don't know how they got put on.
He mean Magnolia.
But I got put on from going to the motherland myself and getting it out the mud. So I don't know. You heard me how they got put on. But I got put on by fighting for a long time. Everybody. And then getting love shown to me after that.
So you actually, so you got courted on.
Without even realizing that that's what was happening.
How did that happen?
I rode with Green Eyes. He took me to a park.
He took me to a park. So you MOB BOMPTON and you supposed to be in Cali and certified. You said a park. What's the park? You don't know the park in your hood?
We kicking it, and then they started fighting on me. What am I do? Let these punch on me? I started fighting back. You dig? I thought my life was on the line. And then at a certain amount of time, they started hugging me. They went from fighting me, punching me in my face, and I'm bleeding everywhere and got blood clots in my eyes, to they started hugging me. And that's how that happened. They went from fighting me, beating me up, giving me blood clots, to hugging me. That's exactly how that went. So I don't know. Damn. So I don't know how everybody else got put on, but that's how I got put on. And for what I represent, that's how I know. That's how you.
Watch this, y'all. Watch what you do.
So I don't know. Damn. So I don't know how everybody else got put on, but that's how I got put on. And for what I represent,
he threw it. Then he threw it.
That's how I know. That's how you get put on.
Why he ain't throw up the mob though? That's not how you throw up the mob. Right? That's how you throw up the mob. Right? Ooh. You see that mob throwback? What's Suge doing? You see that? You see what they doing? Okay, see that? See what he doing? Mob. Like that. Okay. So what's the peace sign about? A little confused about the peace sign. Okay. All right. Well, let's keep going.
And that's how I got put on. I don't know how nobody else got put on. That's how I got put on. So no matter what, you can discredit me all you want, but you can't in the streets. You know, because ask WACK 100. You know what I'm saying? Ask D how city got down. You know, they gonna let it be.
Now you might. I'm not saying you wasn't getting active or none of that. I'm not trying to take away from any of that. He might have got active. I'm just questioning the origin story. That's it.
No, you can't play with City. City did that. You know, period. I did that.
Why ain't it Benny though?
But I'm grown now.
Damn.
It's funny, and we, like I said, we really liked it because I remember my little brother too. He tried to come change his AKA, his first AKA, because he always been under me as Westside number 2. But his first secondary AKA was Young City Loc. No cap, nigga. We really liked the chopper. I'm telling you. Then he changed his shit to Hitman. You feel me? But yeah.
Makes sense, Cam. I'm grown.
No, I hear you, man. That's just,
and I feel like though,
Capone, you got to figure out what else to say. But I hear you. I hear you. Always saying that shit. Shut up, fool. You can find something else to say.
Right? Yeah. The right way to get put on is to go to the motherland. You know what I mean? From out of town can't put you on. You got to go to the motherland and get put on. And you gotta go.
But there's something called a secession, right? It's like in the Catholicism they got something called apostolic secession. They got gang secession where niggas already got put on by niggas from the motherland, so that equivocates them on the same level.
Face that. You heard me? You gotta go get that. You dig? And
as far as with authority to initiate individuals.
I did that without even know I've done that. So I've done a lot of things in my life, ironically, without recognizing and realizing what I was doing. Facts.
Now I seen you mention that Mac 10 brought the Bloods to New Orleans.
Facts. I came back from LA, and I tried to get my hood. My uncle Chris, hit him hard. Chris, I was telling him that I got put on from the Pirus, and we could set this bitch off on Barone. And he was like, "This is not gang banging." He was like, "We wall bang, but we ain't gang banging." And once he said that to me, I wasn't even on it no more. But yet and still, buku years later, I seen Mac 10 come down here.
So he said buku. Buku in the French and Creole means a lot. Remember that. He said buku years later. Remember that.
I mean, he been coming down here since the Master P era, but I see him come down here with Baby and them, and with all the blood shit, and next thing you know, everybody became Bloods, and it was okay and accepted from them, but it wasn't accepted from an official. Ironic.
So he just said they wasn't official. And what he just said?
Funny.
Damn.
Funny.
Okay, damn. So you seen Mac 10 come all the way down? Okay, damn.
In the do the damn thing era.
Now watch. Let's remember. He said in the do the damn thing era. Let's go to. Okay, Mac 10, do the damn thing, right? Now look. Let's see when this song came out. 2001. So he got put on before 2001, buku years before 2001. Now, because we got to follow his story. Follow the story, right? Now, interesting enough, Mac 10 is from Queen Street. Them niggas in New Orleans ain't banging Queen Street. So that's just another questionable aspect of the story. But let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Remember that? Do the damn thing. Do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? In that era, right? It was all gravy when Mac 10 came and put y'all down with the set, but it wasn't all gravy buku years ago when I came and officially was willing to put down on the set.
Buku years. So he said buku years before 2001. Remember that.
So I just looked at it like people choose who they want to, you know what I'm saying? Funny to me. It's just, it's still, to this day, it's still funny to me how niggas is gang banging when I was, and I'm an official one, and it wasn't with that, Yeah.
Now, has gangbanging kind of grown more in New Orleans than what it was?
It has, but at the end of the day, I'm 37. I could care less who gang.
He 37. So can we do some math? I'm gonna do some math, right? So I'm gonna be real with y'all. Can I be real with y'all? Cuz talking so much bullshit, right? We gotta write this shit down. We have to literally write this shit down and do this math. Okay? That's all back here. Okay, so let me take a little bit of this mail. Let's do so. Okay, so Bloods. Now let's do this. Mac 10 brings Bloods to New Orleans in 2001. Do the damn thing era. Okay. He was a blood. Buku years before that. Okay. So now hold on. There has to be more to that 13-year-old bus story. Come on. So Mac 10 brings the Bloods to New Orleans in 2001 to do the damn thing era. He was a blood buku years before that. He is 37 currently. So let's 2025 minus 37 equals, let's cheat, 1988. So we going born 88, circa 88, right? He was born circa 88 because he could have a birthday coming up, which will place him at 89, right? So we're going to say 88, 89. We're going to give him that, right? Meaning he was 13. So let's do 88. Let's add 13 in 2001. Wait a minute. So Mac 10 brought the Bloods to New Orleans in 2001, but you were already a blood buku years before Mac 10 brought the Bloods to New Orleans because you got put on when you was 13, but you were 13 in 2001. Does that make sense? Let's use our brains here. He said he brought the Bloods to New Orleans, or attempted to bring the Bloods to New Orleans when he was 14, because he allegedly lived in Compton from 13 to 14, where he got put on at. And then years later, when Mac 10 had the Do the Damn Thing record, which came out in 2001, everybody became Bloods. He was 13 at that same time. So he actually just told on himself that he started claiming Bloods around that same time that he's claiming New Orleans began to unofficially adapt the blood identity, many of the individuals. Because I remember I met a nigga from New Orleans probably 2000 and had to be around 8. And he was like, well, I'm from Third Ward, so I'm a blood. Not like he officially got put on or anything, but like niggas in Third Ward were just Bloods by default. But then I knew a nigga that was from out there to say he was a Southside Third Ward Crip from the CALI projects, allegedly. But then I had a bro from CALI, and he said he ain't hear nothing about gangbanging until after Katrina when he moved to Dallas, Texas. So I'm getting conflicting reports from New Orleans, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? He was 13 in 2001 when he alleges, now mind you, he said he ain't come back to New Orleans till 14. So he had to come back to New Orleans, according to his story, in 2002. In 2002, after he admits Mac 10 already brought the Bloods to New Orleans. Came back to NO in 02 when 14. Yeah, this ain't math class, but this shit ain't adding up, like Cameron so eloquently said so many years ago. So let's delve a little deeper. This shit ain't making no sense.
I ain't banging out this bitch because I ain't, I'll be lying and say I'm active. I'm a member. I'ma always represent. You know what I'm saying? I'ma always represent. Forever. I could care less who game banging out this bitch because I ain't, I'll be lying and say I'm active. I'm a member. I'ma always represent. You know what I'm saying? I'ma always represent.
So he did all that, right? Let's just watch what he did.
37. I could care less who game banging out this bitch because I ain't, I'll be lying and say I'm active. I'm a member. I'ma always represent. You know what I'm saying? I'ma always represent.
He still ain't throw the mob up yet. He supposed to be from mob, talking about what he always represent. If I say I'm from Hoover, right? Damn. That's gonna go up if I'm gonna be throwing up signs to indicate my affiliation, right? Why you supposed to be from the mob? Why you ain't throwing the mob up?
Forever, but I can't elaborate on what I'm not no more. I'm not a gangbanger no more. I'm just a gang member. And I'm not in that world no more. But yes, it has multiplied, courtesy of Wayne, making it popular. But it's just funny. I smile when I see that shit. Because I'm like, never mind.
Nigga really trying to cap himself up right now.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I seen you say that there's not many Crips, or there's not any Crips in New Orleans.
Nah. There ain't no Crips here.
Ain't no Crips here? Let's go to S. Wiggins TV. Ain't no Crips here?
A lot of people gonna be mad at me for this one, bro.
Shout out Wiggins. Shout out Wiggins.
Shout out to the CALI. I'll try.
It's crazy because I've been through that my last time. I went to New Orleans 4 months ago during Super Bowl. Man, you know, when I always saw this shit, I was a major Cash Money fan growing up. And, you know, of course, my people from Louisiana came, you know, from Haiti to Louisiana. But, you know, seeing the Juvenile High and all the videos of how New Orleans was, and then going, and it still kind of looks like that. But them projects, man, I went to the Noya. I was just like, damn, man, the Noya ain't the Noya. I went to CALI, man. CALI ain't CALI. You know what I mean? Like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we all remember these times from watching it. You know, if we wasn't there from watching it.
Tried to do one on the mouth as well. I spoke to Sick with it out the mouth for me, but I had trouble reaching his manager. We'll chop it up in the future. It's nothing. But today we gonna talk about the Magnolia. A lot of murders and robberies allegedly took place over there. When I was like 12, I witnessed Hurricane Katrina wipe out the whole city in New Orleans. And after the hurricane, niggas really came back and set up shop again and did the same old shit, allegedly. If you follow Cash early 2000s and watch it, he came up under Terrence Gangster Williams, Birdman's brother, during the early 90s, during the Hot Boy era. And I ain't talking about the rap group, no. The street gang that was on fire when New Orleans was this murder capital back. Williams is the only dude I ever see disrespect Hot Bezo. And it seemed like a lot of dudes were scared of him. He just more low-key with it.
But you know, I'ma keep it original. You looking at the real landlord right here in the flesh, man. I'll never be fooled by that. This the nigga I've been beefing with behind that Magnolia landlord shit. But you know, I'ma keep it original, I'ma keep it real, I'ma share it with him, you heard? But he brought the blueprint to the table, right? Come on, keep it official. You take the old side, I can't hear you, dog. I don't wanna be.
You see what I'm saying? You see the blood nigga with the red band, then he's copping plea, man. You see the killer in the cut? That's Jerker Man. Jerker Man. I done called my people in New Orleans. Hold on. Jerker Man really that in the NO, nigga said. Jerker murder any nigga. Yeah, they said that, man. They told me that. My people in the NO. They vouch. You know the set vouching because he from the set. Ain't no Crips in New Orleans. The landlord of Magnolia. Fados, Hoover, Gangster, Crip. I'm just saying. What we been saying, it all go back to Hoover, don't it? Yeah.
You the only one talking now. Real nigga do real things. You won't be the only one saying nothing, dog. I already know. I keep it official, you heard? My nigga know what it is. I don't have no animosity against no nigga.
But after what seemed to be a little rap battle or competition, things go a little left when Jerker Man called him out.
Fuck what? Yeah. I'm about to go see about it.
I'm bringing best out of it.
No. Bring the best out who?
I bring. Damn, see that?
Hold up.
Hold up.
No. Bring the best out who?
I bring. Damn, see that?
Hold up.
Hold up. Dog, I'm not about. I'm about to go, dog. I'm about to go.
Hot bees are out, y'all. I already know.
He said he about to go. Wait a minute. What happened? One Crip. It's one Crip, one over.
What? Yeah. I'm about to go see about it.
I'm bringing best out of it.
I burn. Damn, see that? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Dog, I'm not about. I'm about to go, dog. I'm about to go. Hot bees are out, y'all. Already know. Hitman for hire. Power money, Chopper City.
Bezo said he was gonna go or whatever, and Jerkin Man just keep talking and shit. As you can see, Hot Bezo is flamed up. Rocking a red bandana and a big ass red tee, looking like he got an unreleased verse on Lean With It, Rock With It. Or something. And while Hot Bezo is talking in the camera, the nigga Jerkin Man just banged Hoover on him, like.
That's what it do. Shout out to all my Crip niggas, yeah, that blue rag shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man, y'all already know. I ain't about Hoover for life,
man. Yeah, ain't no Crips in New Orleans. What? Buzz was quiet. One nigga, one Hoover. Yeah.
That's what it do. Shout out to all my Crip niggas, yeah, that blue rag shit. You heard me? Man, y'all already know. I ain't about Hoover for life, man. Piru, baby. Y'all know what I represent. I ain't even gotta call it.
Okay, he said he Piru, you know what he represent. Okay. Then this only got for you. Like, y'all gotta understand something. S. Wiggins content is top motherfucking tier, man. Y'all gotta tap into both of his channels. He be really doing powerful deep dives, man. Y'all got to tap into, cuz. Promise you, at that Compton.
Y'all just my address 5268 South Hoover, nigga. Yeah.
Nigga said, nigga, he gave his address in the set.
Blood, it ain't hot. If it ain't red, it ain't hot. I don't know about that blue shit.
Ain't nothing hotter than orange, pimp. Be for real.
Come on, man. Right quick. Right quick. And that was from Hoover when Hoover was blue, nigga, before we changed the colors to orange. Yeah. Hey, see the nigga, I'm the only real That nigga left Cali with it.
That nigga said he's the only real gangbanger in Magnolia. He said he's the only real gangbanger. Now that I think about it, though, it almost seemed like Chopper has tried to steal Jerkin Man's story and change it to Piru. Don't it sound like that, my tripping? It really sounds like he just tried to take his story, Jerkin Man's story, and superimpose it, hijack it. Damn, fool. Chopper is guilty of identity theft of Jerkin Man, who really went to LA when he was 12 and really got put on Father's Hoover. I think his name is Lil Tex. Watch.
Who was blue, nigga, before we changed the colors to orange? Yeah. Hey, see the nigga, I'm the only real gangbanger. That nigga left Cali with it. This nigga don't even know me before I went.
He said he left Cali way in 84. That's how long ago he got put on.
Cali, man. That nigga met me in 2000, man.
Nigga said he met me in 2000.
Now, I respect the fact that Bezo laughing it off, trying to defuse the situation, so I could appreciate brothers living to see another day. But you know, I gotta respect Jerkin Man, nigga. This Crip at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, Tom.
Nigga. People give Cash Money a lot of flack for coming from New Orleans and banging Compton, MOB Piru when they started off with Soldier Rags. Then allegedly, I'm hearing they got put on Grape Street.
Now, mind you, we do understand that when he had a blue rag on, but when he was doing this, he was talking about the TVs and the headrest, right? We do understand that. So I don't think he was representing Crip, but you see he got that 5-star and all that. That's a whole nother conversation.
Then allegedly they turned Piru.
They said the legend is they was initially affiliated with the Grapes. They hadn't become members, and then, you know, somehow, some way they got roped up by Mob.
But I'm guessing since Hot Bezo been under Birdman, he just followed suit. But I did a little research and found out that Jerkin Man really did used to live in South Central. Now, I don't know what his hood name was or who put him on.
He interviewed him after this.
The messenger, man. But I can respect him more because he really went to the streets of LA. Jerkin Man wore many hats in his lifetime. He was a known stepper, a big time hustler, Comment, let me know what y'all want. Ironically enough, Jerkin Man was banging Hoover and Hot Bezo was, claiming MOB Piru. And at one point in time, those actual sets, in LA.
We ain't gonna get into that. All right, we ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? We ain't even gonna get into that, y'all. We're gonna let that, stay right where it's at.
You're not gonna wear no blue flags like that where I'm from. You ain't doing it. It ain't even smart to do it. That's just my opinion. Yeah. Facts.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not wise to do it. You heard me? Yeah.
How young were you when you first met Lil Wayne and Baby?
Y'all ready for some more, Cap?
When I met Baby, I was 9. Yeah, I was 9 when I met Baby.
Now, he's from Noya, so that's possible. But watch the Cap.
When I met Wayne, I was 13.
He was 13. So at 13, he got on a Greyhound. First place he went to was LA, met Green Eyes, got put on MOB Piru, lived with Green Eyes till he was 14. When he was 14, he came back to New Orleans. Right? So he met Wayne at 13. Let's see how he met Wayne.
I met him on the road. I met Wayne when they did the Cash Money Rough Rider tour. I low-key was trailing them.
Cash Money Rough Rider tour. Okay. Trailing him on the tour.
I was going to different cities on Greyhounds just to be around. You know what I'm saying? And Slim knew.
But if you was, I thought you got, the first place you went to was LA and you stayed there till you was 14. Now you were just jumping on the ground. Cash Money Rough Riders Tour refers to a major hip-hop concert tour in the late 90s and early 2000s featuring the two prominent music labels, Cash Money Records and Rough Riders Entertainment. The tour included artists like DMX, Eve, The Lox, and the Hot Boys. It was a significant event in the hip-hop industry, showcasing the commercial success of both labels. The 30th anniversary tour celebrating Cash Money Records is also currently underway. Okay. So these are the dates. Y'all see the dates? That's an Angel Fire. Do we got an official? Right here. Here was the LA Times article on it. Thanks to such stars as DMX, Dragon, Eve, and Lox. Shout out to my brother Dragon too, by the way. Thanks to stars such as DMX, Dragon, Eve, and Lox, the Rough Riders are easily hip-hop's most visible musical family. And this was just epic that they was together, because these was definitely my two favorites at this time, hands down. Right? And that's crazy. It's Irvine Metal. This shit that has so many names. The little amphitheater there in Irvine. But the Cash Money Records Collective, whose members are teaming with the Rough Riders crew on a national arena tour that stops Saturday and next Sunday at the Irvine Metal Store, is only the beginning to get attention outside of hardcore hip hop circle. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, so this is when that tour was going on in 2000. 2000, right? Okay, so in 2000. He was 12, right? He was 12 in 2000, right? Well, actually, no. Let me walk that back. Because now I'm thinking about it. If he's 37 now, he could be born in 88, but he also could be born in 87. So he could be born in 87 or 89, right? I'm tripping, my math. So he could have been 12 in, no, he was either 12 or 13 in 2000, right? So that might be accurate. But it doesn't make sense that he was following the tour around, but the first place he went to was LA, and he stayed there till he was 14. So let's go back. Where's the amplifier at? Watch this. Okay, so it was April. They went to LA. Irvine, that is. Right? April 15th. They was in Irvine. So that means that the first place you went, following the tour around, right? Oh, no. Okay. No, listen. Because it seemed like this was like the end of the tour. Could have been the end of the tour, right? So it's possible, but he's saying this is the first. He followed them around, but LA was the first place he went. The tour seemingly starts here in Indianapolis, ends in LA. So were you following them around and then you met them and then you got to LA and then you stayed? Because that would actually make more sense than what the fuck he talking about now. But he said the first place he ever went on the Greyhound was LA. And he stayed till he was 14, my fault. You see the inconsistencies there. And again, some of this you could kind of chalk up to memory error and things like that happens. We ain't gonna be sticklers, but again, remember, he's saying that he got on a fucking Greyhound. He went to Compton at 13, got informally adopted by a MOB BOMPTON member named Green Eyes, got put on, lived in LA or in Compton until he was 14 and moved back to New Orleans, attempted to start the Bloods in New Orleans, but people didn't accept it. And then years later, Mac 10 brought the Bloods to New Orleans and everybody turned Blood. Now here's the thing. He was 14 a year after Mac 10 came to New Orleans and allegedly brought the Bloods. Right?
Slim see me all the time.
What's up? This is King.
All right. So are y'all ready? I done warmed y'all up, but are y'all ready for him to really get busted? All right. Now listen. I used to listen to this nigga music even after the fact, and I'm gonna tell you about the issues and shit like that I had with Foo. Not even with him, but with certain people in his quote unquote entourage at the time. Now, remind you, he said he got on a Greyhound, went to LA, got put on MOB BOMPTON at 13 years old, which would be 2001. Now, watch what he says here on this song that came out 16 years ago called Piru Love.
Outside, go with her. East side, go with her. South side. West side, go with her. North side, go with her. East side, go with her. South side. Hey, now when you see me, I be 20 deep up in the club. I'm bottle popping, I'm showing Piru love. Now when you see me, I be 20 deep up in the club. I'm with my posse, I'm giving Piru love. Yeah, I've been to Piru since the age 11.
Wait, no, what he said? Y'all, what did he just say? Now, he just went on CAPONE and said, man, I joined MOB Piru 13. I got on the Greyhound, went to Compton, He just said he been a Piru since 11 right here.
Since the age 11, my big cousin used to tease me. His name was Kevin. Thought I'm getting Piru. Yeah, I've been to Piru since the age 11.
2 years earlier now. So now, here he got put on 11 99, right? Okay.
My big cousin used to tease me. His name was Kevin.
Okay.
Thought I was crazy when I used to tell him banging shit. I'm 23 now. Now I got all of the fame and shit.
He's 23 now. Okay.
Can you believe me now? I told you I'm a rep it well.
Now hold on. He's 23 now in 09. Okay, so yeah, that puts him at 88. All right.
Everybody's following. The FBI is raising hell. I'm on the paper trail with my red bandana. A Westside Piru. I speak with hella country grammar.
Wait a minute. Hold on. He said he got put on a mob at 13. At 23, he said he was Westside since 11. What? Now, just in case y'all don't know the geographics of Compton or BOMPTON, the mob is on the east side and the west side. Piru is obviously on the west side of the city of Compton. One more time.
Following, the FBI is raising hell. I'm on the paper trail with my red bandana. A Westside Piru. I speak with hella country grammar.
So 16 years ago, he said he got put on Westside Piru at 11. Right now in 2025, he's saying he got on a Greyhound when he was 13 and got put on MOB Piru. Nah, man, he's not being honest here. Now, again, if you was claiming Westside back in the day, and then when you start rubbing shoulders with people in LA and you became official when you assimilated into the mob, that's possible. And I'm not even knocking that, but I'm knocking your fabricated origin story because it's not rooted in truth. Both things can be true. You did not get on a Greyhound at 13 and get put on MOB Piru and be Westside Piru from 11. And then you're saying that you got put on Westside Piru at 11 when you were 23. And now at 37, you're saying, nigga, you got put on motherfucking the mob. Yeah, this and some of this math also ain't math because now I'm thinking about it because if it was 16 years ago, you should be 39 right now. I don't know. Whatever the fuck going on, I'm gonna tell you like this. The math, that shit's not mathing. Right? Is it Westside? Is it mob? One more time, y'all.
Piru. Yeah, I've been to Piru since the age 11.
11?
My big cousin used to tease me. His name was Kevin. Thought I was crazy when I used to tell him banging shit. I'm 23 now.
Now that's consistent with him saying his cousin, they said, oh, nigga, we ain't bringing the Pirus to Baron Street, whatever.
Now I got all of the fame and shit. Can you believe me now? I told you I'ma rep it well. And everybody's following. The FBI is raising hell. I'm on the paper trail with my red bandana. A Westside Piru. I speak with hella country grammar.
He said it. He's from Westside. Wait a minute, fool. I thought you were from the mob.
I sue wound to all my niggas that's up in the slammer. And all of my real niggas. Welcome to Louisiana. Now when you see me, y'all be 20.
Yeah, man, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Now, this was a video that went viral, man. If you was up on them early days of World Star and shit like that. It says G-Check in Chopper City punches some fake blood. And if, no, hold on. Before I even go there. Before I even go there. Now, he had, again, this crew on MOE. Them niggas used to be heavy on Twitter. They used to have Twitter cracking, all the followers on Twitter. This is back when I was cracking on Twitter. I had my blog and shit. My homegirl Alexis. Shout out Alexis from Tampa, man. Me and Alexis used to really kick up some fucking dust on that Twitter, man. My homegirl, my Guyanese homegirl, we used to lie and say we was cousins. First we used to talk, and then we started saying we was cousins. But we was working together though. Heavy. That's when I had the gang shit cracking hard all on Twitter, Tumblr, shit like that, right? Okay, boom. So niggas used to be hella groupied out over her. Like everybody wanted her. And she used to slick. I wouldn't say she catfished. She didn't catfish, but shout out Alexis. That's all I'm gonna say, right? That was like my heart. You feel me? So she man, niggas used to be on her. So we used to get on Skype. Everybody, niggas from all over the place, fucking Killer Cam from SOD used to be on that motherfucker. Like niggas used to just be on her body like hard. So boom, the MOE niggas would come around. So I was cool with the MOE nigga from Detroit, which the MOE was fucking with Detroit heavy, but it was one nigga, IM313. He was a boxer, mixed nigga. He was a boxer. He was like mixed, but he like damn near looked full white, but he was mixed though. And he was a boxer, IM313. That was my nigga. You feel me? But it was these other niggas, these other two. I think, is this cut YouTube? It was like a nigga Nick, Pops and Nicks or something like that. These other two niggas from MOE. And boom, we was all on the damn Skype one day. And I gets into it with the nigga. So I gets to trip and I bang on him. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Bang the set, nigga. This Rascal Baby Boy gang, nigga, all the shit, you know, Rascal Bays, nigga, 748 Trey, like, I'm pressing, nigga, I'm tripping. And cause I was hot. Mind you, I'm young at the time. I'm probably 19, 20. Like, I'm young still. You feel me? So I'm tripping. I'm hot, losing my cool and temper, really banged on them, nigga, Westside Hoover, nigga, Rascal Bays, nigga, you know what's up. But when I said Rascal, I said baby, right? I'm into it with the nigga. He like, oh, gay. He say some shit like, hey, which is some weird shit. But these are supposed to be like the Piru members. And at that time, especially y'all from the mob, you know, there was things going on that were being referred to by Wiggins I ain't even gonna get into, but there was shit going on, so you should have knew what time it was, and allegedly them niggas was in LA and but I could tell them niggas was like oblivious to the set, like they didn't really know about it. So that was confusing to me all the way back then. Then 313 used to tell me shit, oh yeah, Chopper and them was getting into it, niggas, and they was in a condo in LA and they got on the camera talking about what's up, and I'm like, what's up? I thought they was from Bompton. I thought they was Piru. And then it's another nigga supposed to be from Inglewood. So what is this what's up? Nigga, they not from Bounty Hunter. So now, what's these niggas claiming Bounty Hunter Piru? Like 5'9" Piru, 5'9" Bounty Hunter Piru, like the Houston niggas? I'm confused. Very confused, right? We gonna get into this right here first, then we gonna get into the G-Shaking.
Straight ahead. You know about that situation? Yeah, I mean, remember we interviewed you last time when you
Yeah. I mean, I was facing 90 years of something I did when I was 16.
Tell everybody, if they don't know, tell everybody what the situation was.
I mean, shit, I was 14. I'm just going to catch you up to what the situation. I was 14. I got shot. They killed my brother. Shot him. Came home. After 2 years, came home at 16. When I came home, I went to Baltimore, because that's where I was born at, but I wasn't raised there. Came home, said fuck everything in New Orleans. Ain't nobody see me no commissary, ain't nobody do nothing for me. So I left on a Greyhound, went to Baltimore.
This nigga in them Greyhound story, first, he didn't mention he went to Bompton here. Now mind you, this is Hood Affair, shout out Hood Affair, this was 15 years ago. So 50 years ago, he wouldn't know he went to Bompton on the bus, on the Greyhound. Now he went on the Greyhound to Baltimore. This shit is fantastic.
Thinking, you know, my mom used to send me all these letters and do all this. You know what I mean? Couldn't wait till I come home. As soon as I come home, she's like, you gotta get the job.
Okay, so boom, his mama lived in Baltimore. Now I could see at you going to where your mama stay at, but you just taking a bus to LA, you ain't got no people out there hopping off and staying with a nigga named Green Eyes. That's suspicious.
Oh, you don't get no job? Get the fuck out my house. So like,
the magic school, but he be on that Greyhound, nigga. Going to all the worst places, New Orleans, Compton, Baltimore. He's only going to the worst cities that you can imagine.
So I leave my mama's house and I'm on my own now, all over again. This time in Baltimore, you know, they like the way I was talking, and Cash Money was hot at that time. So everybody wanted to be like, I mean, how is it, you know, everybody liked me. And I really got down, you know what I mean? Like, no making it bad, nothing. I really got down in the streets as a youngin'. I got down.
I ain't gonna take it from him. That's possible. I'm not saying he's a mark, a buster, weak. I'm just saying that he certainly fabricated his origin story astronomically, and there was no need to do it. I'm sure you got a story to tell based upon the experiences that God has actually given you in your life.
Try to impress niggas who I thought that was feeling the same way about me. I end up going on a couple of things. There ain't really nothing important to talk about. End up, get locked up, come home, and I ain't go face it. So I kept pursuing my career. As soon as I get on, I'm like, fuck that shit. I ain't gonna face that shit. I said, I'm gonna go pursue my career. And that's what I did. I took the rap shit serious, knowing I had a skeleton in my closet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm going for the right thing. and it ended up working for me. Auditioning never happened. I promise you, I ain't do all that waiting in line. I went straight in that motherfucker like, shh. Mind you, I was 17 this time. Outstanding born and everything. You hear me?
Okay, so now he was 17. Making a Band. Where did I live at when Making a Band came out? Oh, 2004. Okay. It kind of doesn't make sense because he's he done said so much shit, fool. We've determined he's born around 88. So that'll put him at 14 in 02, 15 in 03, 16 in 04. But, all right. Again, we're not going to trip too much on that. We ain't going to trip too much on that. You know, there's always got to be a margin of error when we recalling dates and times. The human brain isn't always pinpointed precise.
Got in the line like, nah. Got in front of it like, they looked straight at me and was like, rap. Started rapping, made the band ever since. Wasn't no extra, nigga. Every time I rapped, I made it. Straight up. And that's how it happened. Making the band was over with. Shit, I'm in the A. I'm in Magic City. Nigga dealing, I got hella paper. Shit, you think I ain't gonna see no bitches? I know I'm famous. You know what I mean? Shit, I'm figure dealing in the A. Just one of those times. I mean, I've been poured over in Miami. I'd have been poured over everywhere. And nobody fuck with me. Police ain't fuck with me. Hey, all right, cool. Let me ride. This fucking Gwinnett County in Georgia. That's why I
don't fuck with that Gwinnett County. I know he not lying about that. He sounded sober. He did sound sober, huh?
Gwinnett County no more. Pig motherfuckers. Fucking with a nigga like me, man.
Fucking with that Gwinnett County, man.
I'm trying to
keep that shit folding.
Yeah, I'm doing pop.
Keep that shit in the cab. Stay the fuck from around that Gwinnett.
Positive.
Clayton a motherfucker too though.
As soon as a nigga doing something positive.
But that Gwinnett and that Cobb, nigga. Whew.
As soon as I start doing something positive, nigga just had to pull me over one night. Pulled me over, told me I had outstanding warrant. And I had to deal with that issue. And I didn't know it was that serious. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, man, that shit so many years ago, like 21, 22. So I'm like, you hear me? I ain't thinking it's that serious. They like, nah. I was like, man, that happened when I was 16. He said, yeah, but they charge you as an adult. So I was still facing that shit as an adult, no matter if I was 16 or whatever I was. So, you know, I had to, you know, basically pay to get my freedom. That's when the time when they really wasn't locking up rappers like that. It was really like letting niggas, you know, you pay to play type shit. You still could, but they trying to make examples out of niggas now. You know what I mean? So I handled that situation. You know what I mean? It's a blessing, bro. I'm just trying my best to stay out of trouble, my nigga. I ain't trying to prove nothing to nobody. I lived it so much that I ain't proving.
I feel you, 1000%. So why the fuck are you manufacturing a goddamn MOB Piru story? That's all I'm saying. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody, man. You just keep it. You know what I mean? Tell the story. You know, you somehow, some way, you got affiliated with Piru, right? You start banging it, repping it, claiming it, whatever the fuck you was doing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you could tell a story, or at least a version of that story that makes sense. This one don't, fool, because you was Westside at 11, you was MOB at 13. Now, if you in fact got on the goddamn bus and went to the mobs and got put on the mobs, but you was claiming Westside prior to that, you could have added that in there. Hey, I was claiming Westside. Like, look at King Peel, right? King Peel letting you know, hey, he was claiming looters. He was saying he was from all of them. But hey, when it came time for him to go to the penitentiary and the county jail, hey, look, hey, I've been claiming Piru. I ain't got put on nothing. You know, I'm a rep for this Piru shit. You know, I'm a represent all of them. But hey, I haven't got an official. That's, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't that big a deal. You feel me? Things happen. Or, hey, I was claiming Westside. You know, we heard about it in New Orleans. We was just doing it. But, hey, when I got to LA, I got official. I turned MOB. But we know that's not true because at 23, you wouldn't have still been repping Westside if you got put on MOB at 13, right? Okay.
Shit, nobody, bro. I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am. I did it all. You don't believe it? Come see about it. You gonna get what you asked for now. A lot of niggas don't understand, but I didn't understand at the time back then. When you living in the hood, you know what I mean? That small shit is big to you. I'm surpassed that shit. That shit is small to me. And a lot of niggas, that's why I got my niggas from out the hood. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Man, that shit ain't worth it. Niggas be thinking that shit ain't worth it. But how could you tell a nigga it ain't worth it when he ain't got nothing else to look forward to?
That's real shit.
Shit real out here, bro. It's really real. And I'm just grateful, and I thank God every day that He giving me another chance for me to pursue something that I really love. You know what I mean? I live through it, bro. You name it. I done did it. No fugazi. You want to show these things yourself? Yeah, so at the end of the day, I really feel like I got something to prove even though I don't. And what I got to prove is I'm a fucking factor, nigga. What you did, I done. What you saying, I already did. And you ain't saying nothing special. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who you are. You ain't saying nothing special to me. Because I done did it all. You know what I mean? And I want my story told. Straight up. And that's all I want to do is give my side of the story. So when you see me, you can understand me a little better. I'm not a negative bad nigga. Trust that.
What's wrong with that though?
Shit, we're dropping the album in April 15th. Risky Business. As you can tell, you see why I named it Risky Business.
Now I listened to that album. He got a song on that Russian Roulette that's hard as a motherfucker. And here's the cold thing. Now I found it. Never mind. I'm not even gonna tell y'all what I thought I remembered because I found that Piru where he said he got put on Westside Piru at 11. I want to say I heard another song where he said he got put on Westside Piru at 13 or 14, but I couldn't find that song. But we definitely found the 11-year-old one. Okay, cool.
That's how I feel like I'm living. Even though this is a business, you know what I'm saying? But in the rap game, man, it's shit like the trap game. You can get killed fast. And anything can happen to you. It's risky, man. Yeah, anything can happen to you, so you gotta live everything. Yeah, you gotta live everything like it's your last. Because all my brothers dead. Every last one of them dead. I buried my little brother last year, 2009. My youngest brother dead. I ain't playing with nobody. So look at me. Don't play with me, bro. Let me do me. Because if you wake me out my dream, you gonna have a nightmare. I'm used to it. Let me get this money. That's all I want anyway. I just want to take care of my family. Figure deal. Fuck with the flyest, baddest things on the planet. You feel me? I just wanna figure deal. I just want to figure deal, baby. Live good, eat good, sit back. Like I want to get fat one day and just smoke a fat ass cigar and just be like, go ahead, play in the sand. Play in the sand, kids. Yeah, but if I think like that though, then it might happen too late.
I see you moving at that time.
Yeah, I gotta move fast though. Even I'm patient but impatient in the process. You know what I mean? Fuck that, I need it. So, if I don't get it, somebody else will. Better me than him. MOB Entertainment, man. The real power rules though. Niggas, this shit fuck me up though. Like, shout out to the A-Town too, and shout out to the real niggas in A. This shit fuck me up, man. Niggas be fugazi flagging, man. Straight up. Niggas be fugazi flagging, man.
So he's showing his tattoo. It say 5-star blood. Now we know about that 5-star and all that coming from New York and that influence coming to the South. That's not Piru type of shit, but okay.
Fugazi with it, man. I be seeing niggas in the clubs, man, don't even be knowing the figure dealers, you know what I'm saying?
Now, as somebody who's been in Atlanta now for 6 years, I done seen the same thing on the seaside. For sure. But what I don't care, I live a different life now, you know what I mean? So I don't give a damn what a nigga bang.
I don't even know how to, you know what I mean? But they flagging everywhere. That shit made me laugh, man. Stop false flagging, my nigga. Because I live in LA too, man. Them niggas don't like that, my nigga. Straight up. My nigga from Inglewood, he'll tell you.
Niggas definitely don't like that shit.
Don't like that.
You niggas slipping too. Y'all know what time it is.
Yeah.
Woo. I'm talking about noodles, nigga. Noodles.
Yeah. Niggas be doing the most, man. I ain't on here back. You know what I mean? But I'm a real Piru though. You understand?
So let's look what he does now. Remember, he's from the mob now.
Yeah.
Woo. I'm talking about noodles, nigga.
noodles. Yeah. Niggas be doing the most, man. I ain't on here back. You know what I mean? But I'm a real Piru though. You know?
Look what he did. Look what he did.
Yeah. Woo. I'm talking about noodles, nigga.
Let me slow this down for y'all, because I need y'all to see what he did. He's still not throwing up the mob. He ain't throwing up the mob or Westside. Let's take a look at what he did right here.
Niggas doing the most, man. I ain't on here, babe. You know what I mean? I'm real.
There's line.
Piru.
That's NHP. That's just the B. Okay, so look. See what he's throwing up? Okay, smooth. Y'all see him right here? What he doing? He doing that, right? Okay. Line. That's line hood. LH. Line hood. Okay. Go back to 662. Now, mind you, now Wayne, remember we seen that Wayne got the 662 tattooed on him, right? Okay, you see that mob? Thumb in. Line, but you supposed to be from, okay, and then that's NHP. Let's just zoom in on this Pinterest for y'all. What sign is he doing right there? NHP. Okay, boom. So Fool just threw up Lime Hood and NHP. He did not throw up MOB Piru or Westside Piru. Interesting.
Straight up. Believe that. Niggas be false flagging, my nigga. Straight up. And I don't like that shit.
How you think that's so crazy right now?
Nah, he's saying he don't like that shit, but ooh wee.
How is alright, this is what's crazy. How everybody in the South bloods? Everybody in the South. Nobody want me.
To me, I feel like you're a hypocrite when you say this, because I feel like you are a part of the same blood hype-nitis and hype train that engulfed the South.
I don't like that shit.
How you think that's so crazy right now?
How is this is what's crazy. How everybody in the South bloods? Everybody in the South. Nobody want to be no CRIPS?
You gotta remember, in the 90s, being a Crip was hot. Snoop and all them niggas was out. Crippin' was hot. In the early 2000s, Game, Wayne, and Dipset made everybody want to be Bloods. Anybody who was around, we seen the shit happen. When, especially by the time One Blood came out, nigga, everybody wanted to be a motherfucking Blood. Nigga, when One Blood came out, when Wayne was wearing a red rag, Baby wearing a red rag, nigga Dipset dressing off fly, nigga wearing a Jim Jones with this 9-tray, Billy Badass jewels with the, all that made everybody want to be a Blood. Before that, in the 90s, you had the flannels, you had the motherfucking press curls, nigga, Trady and the East Siders, nigga, Snoop Dogg, nigga, all that, nigga, Crippin' was hot. Dub C doing the Crip walk, Crippin' was hot. The movies was depicting the Crips. You had South Central with us with the set on there, which, you know, definitely planted the seed when I first heard the whole shit in real life. Oh, yeah, for sure. You see what I'm saying? I ain't just watch the movie and become over. You know what I'm saying? But some of these niggas just watched the music video and became Bloods. Real life. That happened. And then later, they got actually affiliated with some real shit. That happened. You know what I'm saying? But in the 90s, Crippin' was hot. And then in the early 2000s, the Blood shit became hot. And then when Nipsey and Bobby Shmurda and them, it was both. Because it's never just one. Right? Like, for the Bloods, it was Game, Wayne, Dipset. So you had the East Coast, you had down South, and you had the West Coast. Converged, popular Bloods, the Blood shit became hot as fuck. And especially down South, all them niggas became Bloods. Okay, smooth. Then you had Nipsey, Bobby Shmurda, Roddy Rebel came out. All of a sudden, everybody started back Crippin' again. Crips got popular. That was about 10 years ago. So now Crippin' back popular. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, but I feel like you are the pot's calling the kettle black, because I think you are a victim of that same hype train, fool. Be real with you.
Niggas see Lil Wayne and get lip rings and shit. Tight pack.
I used to hate that shit. I remember when Lil Wayne popped out with that lip ring, I said, bro, I'm finna see so many fucking people with that bullshit.
Shit. You must not be packing with your tight ass jeans. You can't be packing no meat. I'm packing hella meat, man. I gotta sag these true religions. You feel me? I gotta sag these, you hear me? Yeah. I can't be wearing that tight shit, man. Dick too long, man.
That's why I fuck with you. I ain't never seen you on no trend and shit like, man.
I don't,
just always did.
Cause I know what's up. These niggas get caught up in the hype. That's all it is. Niggas go off what they see and try to do what they see. You see Wayne and all that, but really, Wayne ain't from the streets, man. Yeah, I said it. I'm from New Orleans, the streets, the third wall. Yeah. I ain't never seen them around the hood. Yeah.
I met a self-proclaimed blood in Ghana in 2022. Now he said he's from New Orleans, the streets, the third ward. Wayne don't claim the 3. Wayne from 17th Ward, right? He's from Eagle Street. Everybody knows that. But if you at this time was from MOB Piru, when you know they was from MOB Piru, why would you speak down on another mob? Or why wouldn't you say, nigga, I'm a real MOB Piru from BOMPTON? You niggas ain't really from the mob. You niggas ain't really got put on the mob like I got put on the mob. You see the inconsistencies? Okay, cool. So now let's take a look at this situation. He went viral for back in the day. This was everywhere on World Star, where the nigga, look at it, and it went viral again because look, Capone. Now let's take a look at this, right? He punches on the nigga. Allegedly, it's for him saying that he was on some fake blood shit.
He G-checking that nigga, yo.
So he's about to punch the nigga in the green, right? Watch this.
Chopper's G-checking this nigga, yo. There ain't no blood, nigga. That's what he's saying, dog. He keeping this shit 100, yo.
Mind you, he with New York niggas. Nothing wrong with New York niggas, but you supposed to be this Compton, you live in Compton, all this shit, or LA.
Yeah, nigga. Damn, bitch. Damn, bitch. Nigga just stole this nigga, yo.
Okay, so he allegedly punches this dude because he ain't no blood. Now he punched the nigga in the green shirt, right? Now look at this, right? So here is he said, "Don't blood me, you ain't no blood."
Don't blood talk me, nigga. You better chill out, bro. I'm just chop.
So that's dude he punched.
Chill out, nigga. I got some nigga that they don't blood talk me, nigga.
Now look, he's saying don't blood talk him, you ain't no blood. Now look at this. Now we're gonna put this situation in a different perspective because this is what happened afterwards.
Real talk.
That's dude who got punched.
What is it?
I'm so glad we live out the era where, you know, people are more immune to the cameras. Like the fact that grown men used to just pop their head in the middle of a situation just to say something real quick just so they could be seen on the camera and potentially viral. Like, I'm so glad we're so over that. This shit was cringe as fuck.
Look at me though, look at me. You gotta look on nigga name motherfucking face. You don't look at me, look at me in the face when you talking to me. Alright, man. Look at me, look in the face when you talking to me. Alright.
Bro, you gotta learn, bro. If you wanna mess with somebody, bro, you gotta say nice to them, bro.
Straight up. Real talk. Talk to him.
So look what he's saying. He said if you mess with somebody, you got to be nice to him. So he's not talking any gang shit right here. So he alleged in his recount of the situation, he G-checked him. And, you know, now we did hear him say, don't blood talk me, you ain't a blood, right? But let's keep all that in mind. Let's watch this situation progress.
Chop. Talk to these niggas out here, man.
Shit like that. Come on.
Niggas is foolish. They with it, huh? Here, give me.
I'm trying to be right, man. I'm tired of fighting these things, man. A lot of people don't know, man. I'm for real from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga ain't saying I'm for real from Piru.
You already know, man. And I took my big shot to my baby mama in Richmond. Y'all that's baby New Orleans.
No, what's gonna happen to you if you do something else? What's gonna happen with you? If that's your little nigga, we on the street. Right. And you say that's your nigga, right?
Everything gonna be fine.
And you responsible for your label, right? Hold on. So if he fuck up. Hold on, he fuck up.
If you fuck up, you know that would be on me.
So what do I do with your music?
No, you fuck it up. You fuck it up. But this right here,
I'm accountable for my own mistake, bro.
I love you, though. Hey, you know what?
Hey, look, okay, you say that, go, boy, he can pull the floor like you mean talking about. I just don't know.
Whether you win here, right, it's responsible for you. Right. And you fucked up their music. I'm gonna block this shit on the radio. That's the bottom line. And if he block it, that shit's blocked. You hear me?
Did he tell you who he was?
He right. I told him. He didn't know. Just because I'm not in the fight, I don't think he heard me.
Now notice, he the smallest nigga there. Hands down.
That's not what I'm saying. If you came with them, he
We came out here from Oakland, California, man.
Did y'all hear that?
We came out here from Oakland, California, man. You know what I mean? Lil Daddy, he's one of those cats. He's a situation out here, man. And I just, I feel for the cat because this shit's getting critical out here, man. And if you fucking up your life out here, because this music shit is real to me, you know what I mean? So if you fucking up your life out here, man, get your shit together, man, and come out here and be about some business, man. You know what I'm talking about? Real talk, man.
Man, what is the issue, man?
What is he doing in the screen? So yeah, but I just wanted to get there, Oakland. So because he said Oakland, and in Oakland they say cuz and blood, I figure probably what occurred for me ascertaining, because clearly there was no real blood politics going on, as we can see in the aftermath, as Chopper kind of postulated it was. Probably what happened is the nigga, in the midst of talking to him and him just being in general disrespectful, he said the word blood because that's typically in the vernacular of people in Oakland. And then he seen the guppy in the water. You ain't no blood pie. Just took that as an example and then repackaged the story, because we see he clearly repackages and revises parts and times in history. We can clearly fucking see that. So that's what I think happened. I think this was even a part of that. So yeah, man, that's Chopper. Okay, was he put on Westside Piru at 11 or MOB Piru at 13? Man, we just don't know. We just don't know.